up north. Because we still need to catch Tangela. I guess. Even though we are not going to be using Tangela, we do still need to get one. And what's really annoying is that Tangela appears in this first area. And and they were the first encounter I actually got in the Safari Zone, and I did not catch it. Because it only had a catch rate of 45. I wish I was joking, but no. It has the same catch rate as a Cipher. Why? I know they do like to make it so certain Pokemon are just weak but still hard to catch or even hard to find. But why Tangela out of all of them? I mean, we've been able to find 2 parasects back to back. Easier than we have a single Tangela because it has a 4% encounter chance. Well, kind of rain, you know what I mean. I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. Yep. Because in the Fire Zone, they just do that, and if you were to try either the mud or get nearer, whichever one it is. Okay, the bait or the rock. I think the glitch in such a way that it's not worth choosing either of them. You just have to have really good luck. And go legend how many balls it took for me to catch an execute and to get one at level 26. Yeah, not the best. Just talk amongst yourselves and I discuss the problems of today. So, continuing the story of the washing machine saga of it leaking, trying to fix it, did nothing, having to call, having to email the people to tell them the situation. And then finding out that it's not part of the treasury for the apartment and the landlord did not install it. And despite being photographed and everything, no one did a check to see if the washing machine was officially a part of it. And because of that, they were initially willing to not do anything with it, not help me. Even though it was very much in the case of I was in the position of not. It was like, how was I meant to know whether it was or wasn't? Because, you know, if it was installed by the previous person, which it was, and they left it there and they didn't say anything to them, well, then it's not my responsibility to have known that beforehand and there be a Tangela. Because the gym always don't know what gender it is, nor do I know if it is random or already assigned by the time it gets into Gen 2, or they're just all male. Yep, that is the biggest problem with the century. I can find the Tangela, but if I can't catch it, what the fuck's the point? It's not as bad as a Chansey, but it's still stressful. So yes, I do have that important call later today to see what the situation is, because I can tell them as much as well, it's because it's a contract, but I can tell them as much as I can, because it's like, if they're willing to come in, specifically when I'm back in, because later this week I've just got 7 to 4s. So it's like, I'm gonna be in here by at least 4:30. So at least you want to come in after that, if any of the days. Then yeah. So at least we are getting somewhere. But it's still being somewhat annoying. Oh god, that's way too low. It has been really annoying where it's just initially was not my fault, and yeah, we have tried to clean it and everything. But it didn't want to fix it. I've already had troubles elsewhere. Why am I needing more? I guess it's just real life that when you think you only have one problem, oh, it likes to just compound into multiple issues. I mean, considering what today, I've been away since 7 AM. Because I knew that even though I went to bed kind of late, still didn't matter because my body clock of just having to wake up early is fucked. Well, in such a way that I'm just gonna end up waking up. Actually, no, initially I did wake up about 5:30. But I'm going straight back to bed. No way am I gonna be awake from here. I don't like being awake early. I like waking up much later. And back in the day, that was absolutely a possibility, but with having to do so many early shifts, I have no choice. None. Oh, I did mention the Chansey earlier at level 7. Wow. It's all I can do. Also, I can say that today, whilst I was going to my local store, it decided to rain on the way back. It was like spinning a bit by the time I got in. And as soon as I go outside, rain. Not as much as I absolutely could rain like it was yesterday, but enough for me to feel it and complain. You know, like someone at work saying it was soon going to be like 31 degrees. Which, where the fuck is it? Also, I still have yet to ask for any, like, seeing shut-up blinds can be installed at all. Still do need to sort that out, but I've got a washing machine, which is more important. Like, it's just, is it my fault? No. Can it still feel like it? Yes, because of that's just how I operate. I already have enough issues. Going on of like still nothing happening with Hinge, Tinder, and I've given up with OkCupid at this point. Because I may say 99 plus, but for some reason almost all of them come from the Philippines. I don't know why. Like way more than Tinder. And then if you think I haven't tried any others, at some point I'm gonna have to try Breathe properly. Because that's the newest one I've seen. I did try Bumble back in the day, got nothing. I thought initially, oh, this would be great. Having it so that they have to say something first, and often they only say, women only ever want to say hi. Or they don't say anything, but then still match with you, so that you're sort of pressured into giving them another 24 hours. Because it's initially 24 hours for them to say something. Otherwise the match ends, and then you get the option for like when it gets close. for you to extend it by another 24. And it's like, honestly, you shouldn't extend it, but if they were not interested in wanting to talk to you within 24 hours, then why would they be interested in another 24? Because I've said before that this part, the face part, just like anything from here is fine. Just anything below that, I can maybe be able to have like decent enough clothes and all, but in terms of the body shape, no. Entirely because I need to fix my metabolism, but I don't like spicy stuff, which is apparently a good way to fix it. Nor do I like coffee. I don't know what it is with the coffee situation. Just like I'll be fine with tea. It's just coffee. I don't know what it is with coffee that I just do not like. It's just at any time. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna have to soft reset for this. But coffee, anytime I taste it, just is disgusting. I don't have it often enough to know what it tastes like. The best I guess I can have is that I just taste the gravy, the granules, or the straight up just crushed up coffee beans, and it tastes like an ashtray, but it's slightly nicer in such a way so that it's trying to be nice, but I still don't like it. And even when it comes to tea, I prefer it to be hard milky. I'm not the biggest fan of when there's not enough in it, or when it goes on to the colder side. I also don't like tea when it's too hot, because then I won't be able to have any of it and I'll just burn my tongue off. Also, no, I've not had cream tea or green tea or any of the other flavorings. No, just standard water, hot water, imagine a tea bag, hot water, take tea bag out, then milk. Yeah, no, anyone that puts milk first is a cretin. The proper order, as I just said, you put the tea bag in first, you pour the hot water into the mug that has the tea bag in it, likely pouring right on top of the tea bag. Swirl it around, beat it against the sides, you take the tea bag out, put the milk in, stir that, and you're finished. That's proper order. And there was no one here to dispute it. Ha 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 ha. See, it's like talking with yourself. You always win the argument, and that's what this is. At some point we're gonna get doing back on. I'm guessing because, you know, just considering what he's busy with, maybe in the summer of year to do something. And now it's very unhelpful if my schedules do not line up with the American in any way. Because then it's near enough the same for each other. It's like, well, even if it's only a few hours time difference, it's a lot better than 5 hours. Where I'm the one being 5 hours ahead, meaning that, well, in most cases, by the time I start to go to sleep by about 10 PM, the earliest it can be, the closest to them would be 5 PM, which is them finishing. Which isn't helpful at all, and also I have just realized that I'm guessing there was not enough color available for Tangela to have his red shoes. It's just blue. Yes! Haha! Now let's add you to the list. And not use you. Okay, Divine Pokemon, height 3 foot 3 and weighing 77 pounds. I wish there was a way to convert that into metric. Its identity is obscured by masses of thick blue vines. The vines are said to never stop growing. Well, this is going to be a really funny reference in about 8-ish years time when Dominant Pearl come out. And yeah, I'm gonna see what the stats are. Fortunately, I don't get a refund or some of my money like taken back. It's just all of it's gone. I have to see them. And if you're wondering, why are you not using the last team member? Well, I've said it enough times. But Tangela in this state may have an impressive special set, but nothing to use it with. Because it struggles to get moves in the first place. And it's a pure grass type, so that just means 5 weaknesses. Of, well, okay, fire is barely even a factor, but even then, still weak to flying, bug, poison, and then ice later on. And also only has constrict right now. It does eventually get stuff I'm fine with, but it's just not good. And what we're going to do now is have Palms absolutely just... Wait, did I ever get the TM but surf at all? HM. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Actually, I'm gonna check. Are there full heals over here? Cause yeah, you under some white second types, no matter which one, they're pretty much just so good. Almost all of the mons in the grass gym are also part poison. Can't really say that for later gens because of all of them are like super effective at least. I wish I could hold it down, I cannot. Wait, no. I don't even want to get victreebel, my ultra balls, because they're glitch as shit. Because of course they are. I think... Actually no, I just realized what I did say I was going to do. I did say I was gonna be getting a Farfetch just so I can cut and fly easy, and it does not matter which one I attempt to go for. It's 5% chance no matter what. I'm tired? Yes, I am. What yawn gave it away? Would you have my many yawns? Oh, now I'm just getting tempted to do this in the remakes. So far in the game, be like, oh, I just be like, there's so many different, like a lot of improvements on like code and everything. But also, okay, but kind of be helpful with parasect because not quite weak to poison, but then also means nothing to really use grass on, well, leaf life on, because it's no longer super effective against poison, and so it's neutral against pretty much every single grass type in the land. Which also just means it's weaker for it. And I want to say Tangela isn't improved as much, but at least I'll be able to catch it easier. Yeah. Let me just check that. I know for many Pokemon their movesets did not improve much. Oh no, it did actually. Tangela being able to get up Sleep Powder by level 4, Absorb by 10, Vine Whip by 22, Mega Drain by 31. And it is once again Sludge Bomb, so it can do more, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a good amount of more. Okay, Thief is a thing. If I want to look at the stats for Tangela, it still has 100 special but 40 special defense. So yeah, it is like the stats based on total words, it is massive, and that's only because special attack and defense are the highest thing going, and everything else is poor. Oh no. Although that actually what executes facts by look like, God, you never see that. Cause I mean, I really just want to say that's because most people are not using the execute, because Alakazam exists, and even then if Starmie also exists, many other mons exist before you even get down to using execute, because Grass and Psychic defensively is not a good type. Like what, 7 weaknesses? And also it's quite weak to Bug. So if there was like an ability to like have it fight off, I would say Dark and Bug to like fight, to take less damage from them specifically, that would be helpful. It's like bravery or something. And it's specifically, you know, phobias and that. So yeah, Palms is a bit lower level compared to everything else in this area, but it's fine. I can just walk about in this patch of grass and wait for the 5% Farfetch to appear. Which isn't happening. I mean, not if Oddish is 30%. Bellsprout's also 30%, and then also I have to fend off weepinbell and gloom at 5%. Oh, and there's also exeggutor here as well. So there's just a few issues. If I run into Oddish every single time, then... Oh wait, unless... hold on, no, I just realized. Based off of the levels... No, I just realized I'm in the wrong place. I'm severely in the wrong place, actually. I'm looking on Route 15. I was on Route 15. Well, I do need the levels. I guess to... Oh. Am I going to be needing a tree? A cutting tree. I think I am. Why do I have to be facing the bird keepers? And your accuracy does nothing. But when I get a critical hit, not even a KO and I missed. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm now not even gonna be able to hit at all. Hey, y'all ever wonder as to why stuff like that tank is banned in VGC because then just turns the game into lock? I mean, I have to do this every single time. Because the experience all doesn't work and there's no experience share. No, it does not make it more fun to make it more difficult because of a system that is broken. Why should I have to suffer because of the bad programming that wasn't fixed for yellow? Either because they didn't know about it, or they genuinely couldn't. I will never know. I don't think anyone's gonna know. I mean, I can understand the one glitch that I know of exists and wasn't able to be fixed was Ghost being immune to Psychic. Oh no, it's Psychic being immune to Ghost actually. Yeah, okay. That was done and they couldn't fix it for yellow because then that would fuck up the time matchups whenever you wanted to do a link battle. So that sucks. How many times do you want to hit? Yeah, I'm gonna end up having to keep acid on the entire time because I just have no other moves to really replace it with. As I say, sludge bomb's not a thing, sludge is not possible. Ah, it's still red, orange, and black. Okay, that definitely does look cool, apart from the square, but I just wish it was more powerful, like its layer incarnation. I know it can be slow to get levels, but not this slow. Is it because one is not doing the actual fighting? I want to say that because of how it is, even though for some reason when you try to look up like at least the layout on Wikipedia for any other round, it just doesn't give you anything at all. But okay, so where I want to go is gonna have to involve me going from round 11 instead, and also needing the Pokemon with cut. So all of it also just is completely shit in this game because Sunny Day doesn't exist, so it's always a 2-turn move. Like, it's like just more and more reasons why grass is not the best type to have after the third gym. Because ground, and because any ground type is still weak to water. And being resistant to electron is not really gonna do a whole lot. Just like any water type will do better. Because all you want to deal with an electric type, just any ground type really at that point. Kind of interesting why the minion is more orange and yellow. I don't know. But they just did not give enough of a reason to use grass types in red, blue, and yellow. Not really. Yeah, I knew to check there because of what I'm looking at right now does actually show an item being there. Oh, do I not have the Pokeflu on me? Oh my fucking god, no! This is why you just have to separate back the key items and you're not having to be like, do I have it or not? I mean, it's why anytime I'd even want to normally play Gen 1, I don't play Gen 1, I just play Gen 3 instead. Because everything is right there. And better programmed as well. And has a 70 islands and has Johto Pokemon to get. I know I definitely didn't just get rid of it. It's really already been 35 minutes. It's one of those when you watch it back, it can take an age for 35 minutes to go by. But when you're playing the game and you just get suckered into it, oh, can I do that? Kept on happening when I was playing Infinite Fusion earlier. I was trying to just assemble a team just of any kind. And yeah, 2 hours just went by like that. Because I kind of am playing that in preparation for when the Hoenn game comes out. Because I am going to play that as soon as I bloody can. The game's not out yet, but I also do know that the game is going to have Overwatch sprites. Which is cool. So you can actually choose it to be classic or more like Gen 6. No more Gen 8 is actually what I'm thinking of. So yeah, my plan, standard playthrough for the first one. Especially involving the newer mons, because I already have a team sorted out. So trying to be like the Hoenn mons were already in the Kanto version of the game, and the new ones being added in. Does mean I'm gonna include Zangoose, Manectric, and Gardevoir at least on the team, unless I cannot remember, because I also do not know at any point. I don't think we do know, like, what other mons are gonna include. But specifically, it's like putting in the gaps of the ones that already weren't in the first one, so. Okay, well, Gens 1 and 2 were already covered. There was quite a few for 3, obviously, the Burning Pool. And then stuff like 4, 5, 6, and 7. I mean, that quite literally just ends up being because, like, did they include the Gen 7 stars? I know they had 6. But 7's not, I don't think it went as far. So they may end up including them. And that's not gonna go well. Oh, just about, and yeah, critical hit, because it's... I mean, considering what it is, that is expected. But then it also gets to the point of, well, they're gonna have to include the Battle Frontier, absolutely. What other areas are they going to include though? Yeah, why he has the Super Rod, I don't know. Cause are they gonna do anything with, not even case, what is it? The one that randomly appears on like round 110 just has Zubat in it because it was originally for a mystery event. Well, the mystery events that never actually went through, but they still kept the cave and location. Because it was going to be just for Johtomon, where they would be, where the Zubat would be replaced with Johtomon. They did not include any of the mystery events and kept the rest. I wonder if anything is going to be done for that. And also some of the additions from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, because it was like that small cave that has like Sunny Day in it on like round 121, the one after Fortress City. Originally, it just has Sunny Day in it, and then they made it like its whole separate like cave system in the remakes. So stuff like that would be cool. I don't know what they're gonna do, like if they're gonna do anything with makers, because how they handled them in Infinite Fusion was just make it so that they are the self fusions, or at least a sprite for them. Which definitely is cool. I feel like they would have to do something to the trains, because they did change those up. Or like Kanto and all that. And what they do with like different like routes, but expand them out. And also requests. I wonder, will they allow you to choose either magma or aqua? Because how's that gonna work out? Like in Sapphire and Emerald, it's aqua at the start of the game, and I'm pretty sure it's Ruby that has magma. How are they gonna do that one? Because what, are they gonna be like, you are the double agent for either one? Or neither? Where you have to infiltrate both of them? Oh. Who does know? And maybe this time you'll actually be able to be part of the evil team instead of just being undercover, because that... Yeah, I can understand why they would initially do that for Infinite Fusion, but for those wanting to actively play the bad guys, does seem a bit wrong. Yes, let us find ourselves far-fetched. Okay, now I can actually start complaining of like wanting to hunt the thing down. A 5% chance. So like, go ahead and cast a Farfetch here. And be Erica. But then after that, I can just go try out the Koga. Yeah, no. Well, it's funny that the mons I'm seeing here are roughly around the same level as the mons on the Victory Road in the Johto games. Funny how stuff like that works out. Okay, really, Pidgey is here 15% of the time. Half as much as Oddish at Bellsprout. And yeah, I'm encountering none of them. Okay, there's an Oddish. Although actually it's funny, that is what the shiny sprite void is now. The fact that they just had so limited colours for every mon, and yet that's one of the ones that ended up becoming the shiny sprite. I wouldn't know, because I just never considered going for one, really. Like, a lot of times grass type shinies are just not the most interesting. I mean, okay, I've definitely had the shiny victreebel. I know it's somewhere on one of the many game files. I know some of them can be very interesting, but all of them can just be really boring. Or just really ugly. Because I know, but all of them can be good, or is it like some of them look good in Gen 2 and then game Gen 3 and why? Okay, Travelings does look absolutely cool, I will give it that. I can't really say the same for the starters per se, because Chikorita is not the best. Okay, Trico's yes, Turtwig's yes. Ivy's kinda, I mean I know what colours it can't go for. Sage-wise is good, but it's like... Okay, I will give it the parasect is Tangela's makes it goes from blue to green, which seems a bit odd because they're trying to not just be green like every other grass type, and then its shiny makes it look like every other grass type. If it was like a different shade of green that they went for, more of a, like, I guess a lighter green like they did in Gen 2, it wouldn't be so bad, but the green that they chose was like a standard green. And I can't remember what color victreebel, well, not victreebel, vileplume's flower becomes. I don't even know some floor is shiny at all. Where are you, Farfetch? Come on. Just want to catch you and get it over with, so that the rest of the stream and how many others we're not having to search around everywhere. I mean, we're still at some point gonna have to get further. But at least with this, I will be able to come fly on one mon. No, you can't have just one mon that isn't new for every single HM. Because even if I were to go and just fly, then yeah, no, almost all of the mons that can learn it can only learn it. I mean, Zapdos, the one that can get flash, but which is not necessary. Farfetch, the only one to get cut. Even if he were to try and go for Surf, well, then I would need to find the Psyduck, because that has Surf and Strength, which is honestly all I need. Or I guess, well, no, Slowpoke is there for Flash as well, but you don't, I really just don't need it after Rock Tunnel. But also, yeah, no, I know the Blastoise can learn Surf and Strength. But I'm not one of those monsters to turn the starter into HM music. Rarely ever will I actively drop the starter. I've had to do it for an Infinite Fusion playthrough because I happen to have a shiny Psyduck magical. Because I'm gonna choose over Blastoise, and that is a far-fetched. Oh. Okay, now I'm just trying to work out like what the chances in. Okay, 24. Oh wait, no, I need yellow. It's like, it's just 25%, can't look like this. What? Oh, come on. One in 5. Well, one in 4. Okay, it's slightly increased, but not at all. See? Like, why is my luck 36%? Well, I'm guessing because of how much it moves. More! I'm about to actually run out of Great Balls and catch on the last one. Holy shit, why did this Farfetch need to take so long? Yeah, so that one knows them. Okay, and we have the symbols for male and female here. But the Pokemon themselves were not exactly given a gender outside the 2 lines. Now I can eventually get back to the Pokemon Center and swap the 2 out. And also get rid of that Pokeflu as well. There's so much item management that you don't really need to do, because then you have to go back to a Pokemon Center for the PC every single time you do this. It just adds up the playtime. You know, I know Gen 3 eventually answered that you could only hold like, still had to say you could only hold so many, but all these are key items you never had to do this, and whenever it came to standard items, you just sell all of them off. Not put them back in the PC knowing that you're gonna need them at some point later on. But also don't toss them away, because even though it's not exactly programmed the best, you don't want to make it so that you are fucked. No, I keep on immediately pressing A when it gets to that part. I wish they would just say right next to it, like what it was, instead of being like, it's HTML1. Yeah, but if you don't remember, and then, okay, yeah, it tells you before you even attempt to use it, but nice if it just said it. Oh yeah, it does that in later games. Ugh. Okay, it's about 10 to 3. About an hour and 10 minutes left to go. And now we are going to be off to Erica's gym. Oh yeah, that's a really interesting part I did in Infinite Fusion. Putting Pokemon in the PC doesn't actually heal them. I'm pretty sure for Gen 2 it did, from then onwards. But in this, it does not. And in Infinite Fusion it also doesn't. I mean, you could see that's better or worse, but it's more inconvenient. I guess if he was doing a certain type of challenge, then there wouldn't be need to change words at all. But let's go. Yeah, he's still there even though I already defeated Team Rocket. Yeah, I wish there was an I am around here, but no. Ah, it's this person. Yeah, definitely the Perth, because this is Japan. And we didn't see, well actually no, not we, America didn't see any reason to change it. Because save that, I'm gonna get himself the other Dr. Pepper bottle that I bought this morning. Huh. Let's go. Yes, I know I'm saving again. As a Pokemon player, you know not to trust the initial save. You save again. And also you develop short-term memory loss when it comes to saves. Like, did I save? Did I save? Did I save? Because no, it's not stuff like Dark Souls, where the game does the saves for you. Because it, like, I don't know how many other games have it, but it's like every every small thing you do, it saves it. I mean, it still takes time, but it's like if you warp somewhere where you then quit out of that character, load back in, it would remember where you were. You wouldn't like have to save and be like, oh shit, I didn't save for many hours. It just does it for you. I mean, it does become a curse when you accidentally did something and you didn't want to do that, and you didn't use like any save states or create a copy of the save file. But you can actually do that. You can create a copy of the save file. I don't know how legitimate it is, but you can do it for stuff like getting both achievements, well, both of the ending achievements in Dark Souls 1 with one character. I know it's doing very well for the PS4 version at least. I think it did work for PS3. I know in Remastered it worked very well. In Reflect, only protect itself. And still better than Yeah, I'd rather not have barrage. And I think this worked really well, like, for that specific scenario of, like, making another save for when the game would normally save. Nothing affects New Game Plus regardless of which engine you choose. Because the only decision to end the match, and I'm like, I really kind of just want the engine you did in the new game before that. But not really. Well, I guess it would just change up in terms of like stuff you have to get for the next one if you're trying to 100% everything on one character. And as per usual, we're going to be fighting every single trainer available in this place. Why not? Also, I should be used if I have any power point-ups, the gun has to be used on psychic. And the whole reason to have palmed in the first place is that I have another form of defense against poison types, just in general. Because, yeah, I don't think there is an ability to be like resistant to psychic moves. It's like the only way to deal with them without, yeah, it really is just adding the dark type to it, and dark poison is on like 2 bonds, 2 floating evolved ones, and that's about it. I think the PP ups are firmly back at base. Annoyingly, it's another one of those items you cannot buy. I don't know why they, unless you, I think later on you can buy them, but it's still kind of it's like ethers and elixirs. Why can you not buy them? Did they ever say that's why? Because it's like you already can't use items in battle arenas, rather than held ones, but why? Yeah, I'm saying the ethers. Okay, there's one. And there was another thing I also considered doing, which I don't think I'm gonna have much opportunity to do. I maybe be able to get 3 of the ones for calcium for the special increase. I mean, it's end up wasting more of my money. Is it this one? Or is it the one above? Oh wait, was it the one above for the natural drugstore? Yeah, in the UK, we really just don't have that. Our supermarkets just also are that all put into one. Okay, cool. I can just about buy 2. No, I really am poor. Yeah, okay, it's not even want to say what it does, even though I know what it does. Well, it doesn't say what it does until you use it. I don't know if it's going to show as much of like how much this has increased the special by. I think it's at 48 right now. You know, compared to 82, but then again, the Pet is fully evolved. And it's 6 levels, or 5 levels higher. Okay, Source is a bit higher. At 68. So it's a little more of a middle stage. Time will tell. Well, especially is just more painful when I'm purposely trying to do like a normal playthrough, not maximizing every single level up as much as possible and like fighting 200 plus of them on just so I can max out special. I'm not doing that because it sort of takes the fun out of it and it's not a solo run. Even though this is a scenario, not being able to do this as legit as possible, because I've said before with Yellow that you can get all of the grass types in this game rather than being locked out of one of them due to being a Virgin exclusive. You still can't start with it, because you still need to get past Brock. At least, and then make sure Pikachu is happy enough by the time you get to Cerulean. And then from then, can you like get the Bulbasaur? By then you have already had the powers from Mount Moon. But it's still, I still wanted to do it from the first gym, at least. I am to be using an ivysaur as well. Still got one. What special at? 50. At least it didn't manage to go by 2. We are getting there. Slowly. But Exeggutor will absolutely be the powerhouse of the team. Even if, okay, well, no, it will definitely have to be the mainstay for Agatha, because, okay, if I think some of them have poison moves, but I do know that the Gengars really can't do a whole lot. Which actually, no, I'm just gonna look at it now, way ahead of time. Okay, yeah, the first one. Okay, Mega Drain, nothing. Okay, it does have a confuse rate, length does nothing, and substitution still out, so that one is fine. The Golbat does have Leech Life and Wing Attack, and is likely gonna be faster than me. And Toxic. The Haunter. Okay, hey, Hypnosis and Dreaming, that's not gonna be fun at all. Not when they can hit Hypnosis every time. And then Arbok has nothing. Well, no, it has glare to paralyze me. And a screech. But then the screech would just backfire and make it so that my attacks are more powerful. And then the other Gengar Arcanus, Psychic and Hypnosis. But I'm also very much just looking at Bruno like, yeah, no, it's still easy. The levels are definitely a bit unfair, having to do with Mondo like level 58. Because they go up to 65 for the end. Which honestly for a while I think it was the highest a champion ever had until Cynthia came along with the Garchomp at 66. And then, oh yeah, Lancet normally is a crossover for poison types in normally in Gen 1. Because they just have nothing to defend themselves. Yeah, it's not the same when Dragonite has Blizzard, Fire Blast, Thunder, Hype Beam. No, sadly, I don't think it needs it if Blizzard is 90% accurate. Only then again, the Gyarados Hype Beam is all it's got. Okay, the Dragonairs. Okay, one does have Ice Beam, so that is a worry. The other has Fun Wave Ice Beam to slow it down, and the Aerodactyl Flying Wing Attack, that's not fun. Oh. Sorry, Ash Ketchum, I wasn't looking at the chat then. I was busy looking at the team the Elite Four members have. I mean, friends on here, but I don't know you well enough to talk to you outside, especially when... Well, I mean, on the channel, you've had it for less than a year. I am answering you as of right now. And of course I'm fighting against the mirror match, which I'm not gonna waste my time on. I'm fine with talking just in here, Ketchum. God, it's been how many years since he was in the anime? I can't say I have the fondest memories of him being a fucking idiot. Oh yeah, but I mean, I think about the Ash Ketchum part. Well, do you want, I'll go stereotypical. What's your favorite Pokemon? Because mine's very untypical in terms of it being Torterra. Okay, yeah, well, no, let's see how bad this goes. You know, okay, Erica can definitely be on the blame side. That's just inevitable. It's gonna take a bit more than that. Especially when you didn't answer the question of what is your favorite Pokemon? Oh, of course you start with Tangela, don't you? Why did I not realize this? Fine, Parasite. Your turn now. Just peek. Should have figured that someone would go with that, because I have very, very controversial opinions concerning Pikachu. In that I prefer Raichu and Pikachu over Pikachu. Hi, Professor Pongwood. over on Twitch. How's it going? And I'm not going to be able to do anything because this tangela will just keep me surviving. Dogwood, I agree with you. As I said, I prefer Raichu and Pichu. Because Pichu is fucking adorable. And Raichu looks great. Sometimes I actually do have a massive Pichu plush that I did buy recently on sale. And it is so adorable. No, I cannot confirm that Ash got them. It's going to take a bit more than that for us to be friends. I can't be making friends with random strangers all the time. I'm sorry. But I guess that's also answer why I'm not using the Pikachu in this playthrough. I mean, they tried to improve it with, you know, the light ball and everything. And also the Gigantamax form. And the, well, the holiday versions coming in winds and waves. So it's like, yeah, it's there for the mascot, and that's bad. We've got nothing else for you. Oh, I forgot the Twitch. No! Fine then. See? Pikachu may be shit, but parasect is amazing. Wow. Actually, speaking of that, let me get the Pichu plush. Hold on. It's sleeping as well. Like, I got this one on sale. Like, to compare how massive it is, you have my entire arm and hand, and here it is, just taking up so much of the screen. I mean, so much, it was £28. I'd not checked how much this is online, and I don't have the half, because I don't really resell anything. Because I am a collector. I buy stuff to then hold on to it until the day I die. Pretty much. It's also why I just really don't give much stuff to my mate that isn't just alcohol. Like, anything that I intend to collect is not being sold away or given away. Not that this could actually sell for a bit because it is Pichu and everything. Actually, I would much prefer the series if Pichu was the mascot instead of Pikachu. Just saying. And now with Erica defeated, yeah, let's see how Team Rocket is doing. I did put in the tile. Let's go straight to Saffron. Because this is the closest for a Pokemon plush I can get. Because Torterra is not really a thing in the toy aisle. Angus isn't either. Hydreigon isn't. I was tempted at one point to get a Dino one Because what's really fun is that with the Dino one, I don't know if it was official, but there is that image of a Dino plush where even though Dino is supposed to have like no eyes or it's covering it, this one just happened to have eyes made underneath it. It's just really funny. Oh yeah, I know it was, and it was Clefairy for the manga and everything. In that it was, I think it was a character that was breaking the fourth wall. And this is what the manga that I don't think ever got released in America until like years later. Like it definitely was not released in it at all. Or what? I don't know if it was. That was the plan, and then they saw Pikachu. Someone suddenly made it the mascot for the first ever third version. Oh yeah, why am I not surprised? I'm just saying, if they want the series to be better, make it Pichu. Or Raichu. Pichu or Raichu, I don't mind. Just not Pikachu. We have Pikachu everywhere already. Make it one of the other two. Because I'm pretty sure by this point, they regret making Raichu. Well, Ash Ketchum, your opinions have now been revoked for saying that. But I know it's... Is it Clefairy in... Nina... Oh wait, no, that was only in blue, wasn't it? Well... I know Nidorino is there. Nidorino, yes. I was trying to remember who the other one was. I was also trying to remember who is it trying to potentially envisage. Because I think it's supposed to be Oak and Agatha in that battle within the games. Because Oak does have a Nidorino in Masters. But how dare you say Pichu is overrated? How dare you? Pichu is my child. Because like, it's not Nidorina, even though my mind will just automatically assign my voice to it and just be like, yeah, it is. No, it isn't. But also in blue, in just blue version, it was Clefairy. No, not Jigglypuff. I was about to say Clefairy. No, it's Jigglypuff. In just blue. And then what's also odd about that is that they didn't change that for Fire Red and for Leaf Green. Because they kept the same intro in both games. They didn't do the different intro thing. Which would have... I don't know why they did that. It's like... Yep, the blue one is not canon anymore. We're not going to use it. It may be your opinion, and I acknowledge it as your opinion. That doesn't mean I respect it. Is that how that works? I acknowledge the opinion. That doesn't mean I'm going to agree with it in any way, shape, or form. Oh yeah, the patch research. The one for the VGC, just like... I think that actually does make it the most successful Pikachu clone. I don't agree on that, because I love Raichu. But I am saying that that Nintendo wishes Raichu didn't exist, because then they could just have Pikachu. And yeah, it doesn't evolve, doesn't need to, but no, they still have to include it because for people like me. I also do like... I do also love a Lowland Raichu. I just wish they made it so that it did not lose a fucking pancake race to that sleeping koala. In the anime, I will not forget, I will not forgive them for that heresy. You know, it was originally going to be a white Pichu. I'm surprised they didn't actually just make that like the shiny in reference to it. But it was originally going to be white. Like that was the only thing that they would have changed about it. Oh, and because of how unique of a sprite it was, it couldn't actually leave Hargontal Silver. It was locked to it. Because I guess they didn't want to make another sprite for Pichu that's specifically spiky-eared. Although, what would a spiky-eared Pikachu really look like? Would it keep the same spikes, or be like, let's make it spiky-eared on both sides? Did they ever? I want to say, did the spiky-eared Pichu? Did they ever make it like into the anime as like one of the shorts? You know, for when they had that group of Jotomons in that, like... Oh, what was it? Because I think they saw it called like one of the Pikachu specials. It would definitely be punk rock edgy. You fucker! I get that. Wow, that really did nothing at all. I know Mega Man's not the best in this game, but wow! Well then, let's catch him. What else catch him? You played any of the Pokemon spin-offs like Mystery Dungeon, XD, Colosseum, Ash? Any of the stuff that's not on the newer side? Like the classic spin-offs, like Puzzle League, Stadium, Squad of Pikachu. Oh my gee. Why is it that they haven't tried to make alternate sprites for Squirtles? Considering the Squad exists. Did they make the Squad as like a big reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Well, yeah, I was also asking how to catch him for that, because, well, you can, I'm just saying, you can check on the other side. It's in the About page. Like, it's really early on. Well, of the where can be found, just check the other side. I still need to play Colosseum on stream. That is the thing I do need to still do. It's in the list. But I'm mainly mentioning it because how we've not had an ending part to that trilogy, or a game to make a trilogy out of it, I don't know. I'm guessing because the storyline would get a bit too dark for Pokemon's liking. And they like sticking to creepy Pokedex entries instead of dark storylines. I definitely. Yeah, it's like I know a lot about them. Have not got around to them because I was never one to own a GameCube when I was younger. I had a Wii because every single person had a Wii. I just didn't get XD Coliseum, and I wish I did at that point. Well, I like to say XD's part of the unofficial trilogy. Well, it's more Coliseum, then XD Gale of Darkness, and then Battle Revolution. I don't know how accurate that is, but because I know Coliseum was GameCube, and then Stadium 2. Or is it more Stadium 1, Stadium 2, and then Battle Revolution? But yeah, I wish I had bought either XD or Coliseum now, because I'm pretty sure, without having to look them up on eBay, they are really expensive. Because every single GameCube is, at least first party ones. Well, they play very similarly, even though Stadium 1 and 2 didn't have double barrels because they didn't exist yet. And all of Coliseum is double barrels, but the only way I can think that they would have ever attempted to do it was during Gen 5, and they made the game entirely triple barrels. God, I love this music. Just some songs really do actually work a more pen 8-bit than they should. You're causing us problems. Oh, you're just realizing this now? Well, I had a feeling it was going to be that, or the discs that they used were different because, you know, trying to make it harder for pirates to get a hold of it. I don't know if that ever worked, but it's the reason as to why all of them were a lot smaller than the standard DVD disc. And likely as to why the GameCube did not sell as well as it could have compared to PS2 selling like anything. Oh yeah, because what you need like a CRT as well. Those are likely expensive because they're just not being made anymore. No, I'm pretty sure that they have to be made somewhere. I mean, I will agree, graphics definitely did hit a really high point during the GameCube era. I will definitely agree with you there, and it does have a lot of great games. I'm not saying every game on the GameCube was ever 10 out of 10. Don't forget about Luigi's Mansion. You know, the launch title of the game, of the console. Okay, Sunswipe. I'm gonna hit more of them than fucking Hypnosis, I know that. Because I'm gonna get 3 pound later anyways. I mean, clearly the games are so good that Sunshine Layer got a HD remake, and Wind Waker got one on the Wii U. And also it had Twilight Princess, which was technically on the Wii first. Also F-Zero GX. I could no doubt say Nin the same, but like either most likely either the PS3 or PS4 is that for me, where I've spent so much of my time on either. Part of me wants to say PS4 because like it was not long after the console did come out did I eventually get it. And there wasn't I did play it a lot. But trust me, this controller I'm using right now is like my 4th Xbox controller. Because all of them have managed to fail in unique ways. Not original 360 controller, because the original 360 controller has a really, really shitty D-pad. The later version, it's more, I don't know what they called it, but it's like a dynamic thing. Because I know that for a fact I had an original 360 controller, and I hated the D-pad. I will grant you that, but PS4 controller is really, really fucking good. Apart from the massive fuck off button in the middle. Everything surrounding it. Like, I will just say I was perfectly fine with analog stick placement. Like, the buttons were all great. Like, the big button in the middle was like the only criticism. The rest of the PS4 controller was about as perfect as you could get. Okay, aside from the issue of the material they use for the analog sticks able to eventually tear itself apart, because I feel like it was just so cheaply made. Yeah, I can't remember last time I even handled one of those, and I would just prefer to not, really. Clearly it was made for an, well, it was either it was made for an alien, or I think it was correct. I think it was made for specifically Mario 64 only. Like, it was really suited to that game and that game only. Which I guess you could say makes sense. It was the launch title and how revolutionary that game was, but one controller specifically designed for that one game, and it doesn't really work as well for any others. No, because I didn't think of any questions to catch them. I was a bit too busy discussing controllers. Look, I was amongst the ones doing it for the DS cartridges, because you didn't have had to do that as well. It's like once cartridges stopped being a thing, people just stopped doing that altogether. Actually, no, I think... No, because at that point you would just be trying to clean the disc. Which is what I had to do for PS2 games. Because they were not exactly the most scratch resistant. Yeah, that's the problem, everything is so download. Do they not realize that if you are having to download it, there is a very, very real chance that it can just be taken away from you? Because people have had that happen enough times with like movies that they bought online and happened to download, and the companies just took them away. Like, even though they had bought them, and it was made to seem like it would stay on the system, they just got taken off and they couldn't use them anymore, not even locally. Exactly. Which is why I like collecting physical things. Like Transformers figures. They can't take away my plastic. Or metal in some cases. I mean, I would fucking like to see him try and do that, but... Like this, I like the physicality of stuff, even though I bought a lot of games on Steam. But in most cases with Steam, at least there's a bit of a guarantee that You're not just gonna have your entire library be wiped away. Why though? Do iPhones not have like the account thing where you can look up to see what apps you previously downloaded to see if they're still possible to download? Because I'm pretty sure on my Android phone right now, I could not have looked back into like the history of apps I downloaded on the account, find Flappy Bird, and then re-download it. Is that just not a thing for Apple? Oh. I don't, well, I'm not gonna try it right now, but I feel like I could not get the Android version of it, but who is specifically buying an iPhone that happens to potentially have Flappy Bird on it? Because what if they're just lying? Yeah, what? Is it not just the case of it could be fake screenshots or fake photos? Or even just at this point, AI generated? Because then at that point you really are just an idiot for buying an iPhone that may or may not have Flappy Bird on it. When I am no doubt sure there's a web version of it that someone made by this point. Oh. See, this is the stuff that I don't know. Because I never owned an iPhone. I just was one with Android. Some say that's the best and worst choice, mainly because the newer iPhones up to like 17. Ugh. And especially because, you know, from the 7 they dropped the headphone jack. Yeah, that was likely one of the worst decisions they could ever have made. But inadvertently, it likely made them a lot of money by just selling really expensive AirPods. I mean, I've not looked up to see how much money they made from it. As of right now, nothing on schedule, because I have a game to play. Whilst this Pichu is again a bit distracting for me. It just lands on the bed. What happened? Even though people like me are obviously using Wired right now, but I was using Wired earphones for the longest time, using cheap shit on. But eventually, like, the headphone jack would just cripple itself. Yeah, absolutely, but it's also anti-consumer because they're often expensive, and it's like, is it even worth getting it when, you know, headphones, especially the smaller ones for just earphones, were cheaper? So yes, you could say made a lot of money, but I'm saying it's anti-consumer. Well, if then you're going to be saying, well then, okay, now you're not having to deal with the tangling of wires. It's better than potentially having it so that you just lose them completely because they're just that big. Yeah, if only they made a way of being able to track their location better, because there's been way too many fucking stories of people losing them and not knowing where the fuck they are. Because like I say, they are this big, able to fit into just here. just in one small ear hole like that, and because it's not connected to anything, you know, unlike the earphones that have like an actual wire going down, so then go into like a middle bit that all conjoins into the phone and doesn't cross an arm and a leg. Or what you can do is just do what I did and buy Bluetooth headphones instead. Bigger, harder to lose, and they look a whole lot better. Because anytime I see anyone with AirPods nowadays, I just think of them as an absolute douchebag. I am not even joking on that part as well. I see them way too often. Because often I also end up seeing them with, you know, people quite a bit younger than me in like suits, but then just like what the Air Force One, like bright white night trainers or something. Like, you are just a douche. Okay, maybe I can actually swap arms and swords because I'm in at the same level now. I'm near. My whole team is near the same level. That was sort of unintentional. I know. And I wonder what device could have done that in the past. A thing called Google Glass. That was so incredibly hated on when it came out that I don't think they ever made it. Or it's not properly. But does it matter which side, or is that thing you have to program yourself? For either left or right side? I'm only asking all these questions quite literally because I never experienced them, and oh, for fuck's. Did they not learn from Google Glass? Because I swear that was 2013 and everyone was taking the piss out of them. Because considering how they were designed as well, instead of being like looking like normal glasses, they were like very visibly Google Glass, and like I'm pretty sure they were the ones that like had like a camera just above your eye, and it was done such a way so that it looked ridiculous. I mean, you want to find images of them, you'd be like, what were they really expecting? And you are not evolving today, Saurus. No, you got a long way to go. Now, didn't the Vision Pro come up with a lot of issues, like the main screen being able to crack? Because I know that was... Like, I only come up with these issues because clearly it's just in case if they wanted money and didn't do a test. And it may be ahead of its time, but I will also just say you kind of do look a bit weird from an outside perspective. Just looking around, but only you can see it, and just walking around in essentially a virtual headset. It's like a VR headset. It could easily be like you could just be having a video call with someone on the other side. But you know, it's like no one would fucking know what the hell you're doing and just think you're going insane. And if anything, it's like Ready Player One. Well, they're gonna... Well, this way it's likely gonna come out before the Trump phone even gets released. because I don't think that's been released at all. Well, it's like AirPods plus like the bright white Air Force One trainers, and also clearly the suit without the blazer. So there's a bit more than just the AirPods, is what I associate people with, but as soon as I see people with AirPods, like, why? I didn't say assholes specifically, well, douchebags is what I was trying to go for. It's just how I see it, as someone who's like not wanting to go with AirPods, and I just see them as definitely haven't seen way too many YouTube videos with people having them, and it's usually people that are arseholes. Okay, I'm using arseholes that time because if you could not tell by my accent, I am British, so I am gonna sound very different. It's why I put within the tags British, so that you know, instead of just thinking I come from Hawaii or the Canary Islands, Isle of Man, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Greenland. I'm gonna say Iceland. Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, specifically British, i.e. England. Surprisingly, not everything is just US defaultism. It can fucking feel like it. That's why atlases exist, or did exist. Now it's just Google Maps. Yeah, we're getting to the point of where my team is almost the same level. Apart from Parasite over here, overachieving. And Silph is not even fully evolved and has almost the same HP as both Nepenthes and Manticore. Just saying. You dare betray Team Rocket Hood? I never joined you in the first place! Unless canonically he's the one that all would be on Nugget Bridge. Could be, and we just don't know. I will also say, it kind of doesn't feel like we're at the point of where with the experience type experience group that I'm in, where I'm getting more levels at this point in time compared to earlier in the game. Oh shit, I'm about to actually get full paralysis. But no matter how much one tries to like say that AirPods are doing well, I'm not gonna buy an iPhone or do anything with Vision Pro or the Meta glasses, nothing. I have no interest in literally any of it. I know a friend of mine that kind of does, but it just doesn't suit me. This is what I prefer right now, having, you know, standard phone, Bluetooth headphones, monitors. Why I'm not even one to like curved monitors, just in general. I prefer to not go with things that look like fads, and in my opinion just make things worse. Nice big table you got here. If only anyone could go into it. I'm one of the 4. I wish there was some significance to this, but I don't think there is. I guess because this stream is going to be ending very soon, let me go into the schedule. Okay, I didn't actually put anything in for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Good, I initially thought that I was. Good. Also, why has he got a match up? No, I'm a choke. Speaking of the devil, looks a lot better than it did in Red and Blue. Still looks like he's trying to go, oh, you think you can have me? Like he's trying to be a pirate with the ah. Well, like 12 more levels to go? But I'm gonna need the levels, honestly. I mean, the level spike is gonna be appearing at some point. Alright, let me actually use the warp panel. Why are you fighting me? You liar! I don't have the right one for this. Shit. At least actually find Silph now would just make it easier for me to defeat Koga. Well, I say that, but then I also remember that Koga has 3 Venonats. What, 3 Venonats and a Venomoth? Or is it 4 Venonats and a Venomoth? Or, I don't remember. I know it's Venonats and Venomoth for some reason. They're all still weak to Psychic, but it just means that I'm not gonna have anyone blow up on me, luckily. Okay, Pond is not getting the levels I would want. I don't know if that's just because the Mons are not high enough level. I mean, I still have a lot of extra trainers on like routes 12 through 15 and quite a few on the Blackburn roads. I went for so you technically were not lying, you just excluded information. It's not gonna be this. Oh, hi, Blue, if that actually is you, and a calcium. Yes! As of right now, yes, I know it seems like a bit of favoritism for Palms to have another calcium, but honestly, one does need it. Right now, one is very fragile, and I'm trying to find the floor that has the key on it. And I think it is. It's not this one. The one on shit. will have to say it's gonna be a bit annoying for the trainers that are left over. I'm not gonna have much for Mandragora to do. Really, because almost all of them are like, I wanna say, just aren't in this case where the resisting grass, because almost every mon in this game does. And like the ones that don't are just so uncommon for some reason. I don't know if that's because they just don't have enough mana in this area for, you know, the rock and or ground types, even though mine would just be the one type. I mean, you don't really have many waterways. There's like the one, okay, there's one going from Pala to Cinnabar and then Fuchsia to the Seafoam Islands. That's about it. Okay, you could say there's bit or about like 12 and 13, but that's more planked. Not on the level of like Owen, where a lot of it is the sea. They kind of do this fortunately now, Navigon. It does mean that, okay, yeah, as soon as you find the hikers, you are just going to do really well, but then with how many poison types exist, you're sort of a bit screwed when you don't have Earthquake as a possibility. On to leggings. And this feels like it could be it. Yes, it is actually. No, it's not. I was able to avoid him initially. I'm guessing because he had probably spawned in by this point. He just didn't. Yeah, it's also surprisingly my best bet because at least I have body slime. I'm glad I picked up because I'm still using it. At some point, I am gonna do like grass in every single game because I still want to redo probably my Emeralds one. You know, with better equipment and everything, a lot more to say, and the game's not gonna fuck up. Oh my god. King Billy the Third, on my end, your name did not appear because the font color was so dark. It's literally black and one black. But boxes is what I prefer. They're just a lot more comfortable. Yeah, and I can't remember. I think mine likes to change in it every time. I tried to make it blue or purple. I can't remember. Let me actually see what it is. Ah, it's that one. I'm only saying that one because, well, I see it as orange. But I don't know if it does that because I'm the broadcaster itself or something. Ah. Okay, no, okay, no, that's odd, because on Switch it is shown it's orange. But then within the chart itself, but then I'm also seeing purple, and I'm also seeing light green on my end. God, that's odd. Your MacBook knows too much. Although saying that, I've always wanted to know, like, how good is a MacBook for its intended purpose, i.e. not trying to play games, because I know that for a while it could not run them well. But I've always seen them and thought they look so sleek, whatever the fucking word is, so sleek, and thought they look so good. So, are they even any good? Okay, I've had that happen at least twice in this playthrough where the move I wanted to use got disabled and then it got undisabled within the same turn. Yes, because it's just what I envision. Like the olden days of when they could not run for shit. That's why back in the day they had to make games that, well, boards that was specifically made for MacBooks. Which fucking floor is it? I've somehow managed to go past the floor that has the key in it. How have I done that? Seriously, how have I managed to actively go past the one I was trying to look for? Well, yeah, because I had a feeling that it was going to be good. Just if they improve. Okay, this is the flaw. I was trying to wonder where the fucking one. It was just that one issue that was prevail. Because what I'm going to do, because I do have some really important stuff to get on with, is get the key and end the stream there, because I do have a phone call to wait for. An art book! Oh my god, you really do mean business, holy hell. Why don't I just lag the space I have and then I both come up with myself when I also do this setup? Despite everything, I would absolutely have to go with Star Wars. King Billy. Because I grew up with it. I guess that's mostly prequel than original trilogy. And also have watched quite a bit of Clone Wars, a few more of the movies. Yeah, Star Trek I have not watched much of in the day anyway. I'm not saying I hate Star Trek in any way, shape, or form. I've heard it's great, and I do need to watch The Next Generation, and a few of the other shows, and also Star Trek 2. But I'm gonna prefer Star Wars. If I'm gonna be brutally honest. Thank you, whoever that was that didn't want to show up in time. King Billy. Thank you. Okay, you don't need to do that much, but calm down. Okay, you want to make sure that I can do more damage? Even though I was gonna defeat you anyways? I'm not stopping you. And now we can end the stream right here, right now. So if any of you have any final words, say them before I hit the buttons to end the stream. I'll give you some time. That's even for me, but... I mean, I can kind of agree with you, Dogwood, on that, in that I usually never have it on its own. I usually have it paired with Soul as usual. But even then, if I was to add extra seasoning to myself, I'd just go for Soul on its own. The only thing you could say vinegar is good for, and bad for, because it's very volatile, is, you know the joke of where they just say "this" and then they wait for people to finish, and you just have a decent amount of people just catch themselves out. You know, at the end, word. Like I said, it's a very volatile word. Hello! Ah, thank you, Dogwood. What? We're getting closer to that 200. Where the Discord server, I did say I would make the 200 followers. We're getting there. We are getting there. At this rate, by middle of June, we'll get there. But thank you. Ciao for now.